So it's primarily something you are driving, but it's helping. The next evolution, probably where we are at, is the Agentic AI, which is actually doing some of the things. You're still thinking, but Agentic AI agents can do some of the work. You still give the plan. Sometimes it even does the planning, but it's actually doing whatever some things you are doing. So it's already taking some of the tasks, but probably in next 3 years, 2 to 3 years, or within the 2 to 3 years, it's what we call as AGI, which is artificial general intelligence, which is like it starts thinking like you. Sometimes you are at the agentic AI where a lot of the tasks are getting automated, but even thinking will get automated in the next couple of years. So which is what we have to be very, very cognizant and take care of it. So if we go to so it's like, they are, first it's a tools, now it's a teammate. AI is becoming a teammate. Next is become the intelligence. It's like it starts driving you also. So if you really look at this is very important and it's probably very valuable also. It starts compressing the roadmap or human journey. So మనం అందరం చూస్తే we typically study, then we will do some work for few years experience, then probably you will become an entrepreneur, then you become businessman. Like when difference between entrepreneurs and businessman will start not more thinking from a business, not like owning a baby, but eventually become a philanthropist or impact like Subukota Garlaga, like once he earns a lot of money. So it's probably taking like 30-40 years, this journey. But with AI, you'll start seeing this compressed, journey. People start maybe even skipping colleges and going directly into the professional. So this is very important, right? So you'll start seeing more and more people becoming, I'm hoping that philanthropists, which is actually good for the society. So this is another trend. You'll start seeing people skipping colleges. You probably don't need a lot of college education. Basic thinking is good, and you can become entrepreneur and also accelerate very fast. It's not like you have to take like 10 years or 20 years to get to the ramp up. Now with the AI technologies, that whole journey gets accelerated. So these are all some of the positive things that you should, biggest satisfaction, right? Doing something back to the community, doing something back to the society. So now with AI, you can accelerate the journey. If you go to the next one. So this is also another thing. Ippudaga software, if you say the dog wags the tail and prati business software used to be the biggest part. More and more what happens is software becoming utility. It's not no longer going to be something visible like how electricity and water will be. Software becomes integral part for everything. So the focus should come back more to the core businesses. That's why I think earlier also people are talking about now start focusing more on the business, core businesses, like whether it's hardware business or retail business. So you should start developing knowledge in the domain, not just the software. So no longer the software engineer themselves will not have a lot of value, but you need to start developing knowledge in the domains. Whatever the domain it is, like with the telecom domain, retail, hardware, manufacturing, then the software becomes like an utility which drives your business. So don't just stick to the software, learn how it works, what benefit it is going to do. So probably up your knowledge to a domain, the use cases domain. So that's what is very important. The next one, and also this is probably more interesting, we will see wealth start shifting. No longer, I always used to say that when you can move jobs from Bay Area to Bangalore, why cannot be to Bandar? It's because I come from Bandar. Now the technology is in a position that we can see that happening, because you don't need a lot of skills. Very few people can start your company and you can make it big. So I really encourage make benefit of the AI and start your entrepreneur journey.